Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So the match day 1 deadline for the Champions League happened last night. So I thought I'd quickly go over my side and why I picked the side that I picked and how my side got on last night. And if I'm planning to sub any players out, I'll bring some players in this match day. So I thought it'd be easier to explain with my side actually having some points now to show you what I'm planning to do. And I thought it'd be easy to understand how to play the game with the captaincy and sub changes. So quickly before I do get started, we've got a wildcard and limitless, all of us. I plan to use my wildcard in matchday 5 where I can make unlimited transfers, so I'll have a team for matchday 5, 6 and 8. And then I plan to use my limitless chip in matchday 7, so that'll take over the side in matchday 7, where you can make unlimited transfers in one round, unlimited budget, and your team resets for matchday 8. So this is how my side got on last night. PYAiuT kept a clean sheet in a 1-0 win, so we got 6 points. Then I doubled up in the Arsenal defence, so I got Timber and Calafiori. They both got clean sheets, so they got 7 points each. Real Madrid won 2-1, so Huijsen didn't keep a clean sheet, so he only got 3 points. I've seen some reports close to deadline that Vinicius Jr. wasn't starting for Real Madrid, so I switched him to Guller and saved myself 3.5 million. And then Mbappe got the 2 goals for Real Madrid, so he got 13 points, but I captained him, so he got 26 points for me. Simmons started for Tottenham in the 1-0 win and got 3 points. So currently I have one player on my bench that's playing today, and that's Dumfries. So I do plan to bring him into my side before tonight's fixtures, and I do plan to bring him in for Guller because he's got the least points in my side right now. So this is how my side will look for tonight's fixtures with that sub. And now I've got 52 points because I took Guller's 2 points out my side. But I'm hoping that Dumfries outscores him tonight, or worst case he matches him and gets 2 points himself. Then I won't be losing out on any points. I only plan to make that sub, and I think you should do that, just putting the players in that are playing today. But I'm sure there's a few managers that are looking at my side and thinking, why don't you bring out Huijsen and Simmons and put Gwenda and McTominay into your side? I could potentially do that, but I'll wait until tomorrow if I'm going to do it. Because right now we don't know how Dumfries, Elise, Palmer or Pedro get on. For all we know, some of these players might not get as many points as them two. So you might have already brought Huijsen and Simmons out your side and put Gwenda and McTominay into your side. And then by the end of tonight's fixtures, Palmer might have not started and only got 1 point. Pedro might have came off injured and only got 1 point, and then you've lost out on 2 points. So the best thing to do is just wait, because tomorrow I know exactly how my 10 outfield players get on. And then whoever's got the least points out of them, Gwenda and McTominay will come in for them. So if Huijsen and Simmons are the ones that have got the least points, they'll be probably coming out for them too. But for all we know, Elise might not get as many points, and I might bring him out. And that could be an extra 1 point. And I know managers will think it's only 1 point, but it does stack up over the season. I'm really happy how my side got on yesterday, because I wasn't that keen on bringing Merit into my side if Vicario didn't keep a clean sheet, because I do think he'll concede when they're away against Haaland. And then I'm happy that Mbappe got the point, because I wasn't that confident of captaining Elise, Palmer or Pedro today. And then I was worried that they'd all blank and I'd have to bring McTominay into my side and captain him. So with Mbappe getting 2 goals, bonus points and getting up to 26 points as a captain, I don't plan to switch my captain now. If you picked a different captain yesterday and he only got 2 or 3 points and it doubled up to 4 or 6, then you could switch the captain to somebody that's playing today, because I don't think that's really good points for a captain. And it's worth the risk of potentially getting double points on somebody else. But because Mbappe got 13 points for me, I'm just going to keep it as it is, because I don't think it's worth the risk. So this is how my side's looking for match day 2. Close to deadline, I made the switch of PYAiuT to Gwenda, and this is because I thought Sporting would keep a clean sheet in match day 1. I'm hoping he does do that, or it could backfire because Tottenham kept a clean sheet yesterday, so PYAiuT got points for that. But I thought there was a higher upside with Gwenda this match day, because Gwenda's been made a defender on the game, but he is more of a winger, and because they've got an injury, I do think he'll start, and he's got more chance of getting an attacking return, so hopefully he does that tomorrow night. Then as I've mentioned, I didn't think Vinicius Jr. was starting, so I saved myself 3.5 million and got Guller. And then the other change, because he had 3.5 million in the bank, I took out Quansah and I brought in Timber. Arsenal was the early kickoff yesterday, so I sent the lineup, so I sent that Timber was starting, and I thought Arsenal had more chance of getting clean sheets over the next few game weeks. So as you can see, he's got a number 2 next to him. That means he's playing on the Wednesday in match day 2. So I've only got 4 players that are playing on the Wednesday in match day 2. And the other possible defenders that I was going to buy was going to play on Tuesday. If that was going to be Quansah, Porro or Tosin, they all played on the Tuesday. So I'd be buying somebody and benching him and never using him. But this way I've got a full bench to use on the Wednesday if some of these players don't do well on Tuesday night. And that's also the reason why I kept McTominay. I was looking at potentially getting Calahoglu into Milan, but he plays on the Tuesday night as well, so he'll be sat on my bench, or somebody will be sat on my bench that I won't be using. But this way I can actually bring McTominay into my side on Wednesday night. I know there's a bit of a worry at rotation risk at Arsenal's defence with Timber and Calafiori, because White and Skelly could play one of the games. But I think for the opening stage of the Champions League, these players will start. Arsenal have a Carabao Cup game midweek next week, and I think White and Skelly will play them games, so I think they'll get the minutes there, and these players will get the rest then. So I think there's a strong chance they start in match day 2. And then for match day 3 and 4, Arsenal play on the Tuesday, so I will know if they're going to play or not. And if they don't start on match day 3 or 4, I'll bring them out on the side. so it's not that much of a worry. So I think it's worth a risk of having them for match day 2. So as you can see with the players' fixtures, they've all got greens except for one player, and that's Gwenda, and he was only a 1-week punt. So here are the fixtures for match day 2, 3 and 4, because I do plan to wildcard in match day 5, so I don't think it's important for me. So I've highlighted all the teams that I've got players from. So I've got players from Tottenham, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Arsenal, Napoli, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Sporting. So as you can see, Sporting are way down at the bottom. So I do plan to sell Gwenda in match day 2. I've got 3 million in the bank and 2 transfers to use. And I do think I'll probably buy somebody from Tottenham, Chelsea or Inter Milan, because I've already got 2 defenders from Arsenal. So transfer number 1 will be selling Gwenda, who's away against Napoli, and I'll be selling him for one of Tosin, Akanji or Porro. Tosin's at home against Benfica, Akanji's at home against Slavia Prague, and Porro's away against Bodo Glimt. I do think it'll be probably Akanji that I buy, because his fixture in match day 2 is better and his chances of clean sheets is even better. And then for the second transfer, I plan to roll at the moment. So what that means is we've all got 2 transfers for the league stage of the Champions League. So every match day we have 2 transfers. But let's say I only make 1 transfer this match day, I'll have 3 transfers for the next match day. So I've rolled one over, if that makes sense. So the transfer that I don't make in match day 2 will go into match day 3, so I'll have 3 instead of 2. These are my planned transfers. I'm not going to make any until close to deadline, because we've got nearly 2 weeks until match day 2 deadline. And for all we know, these players that I'm going to buy could potentially get injured, or they might not be assured of starting and I might not want to actually buy them. So I'd rather wait until closer to deadline and buy the player that I'm sure that it's going to play. Because Inter Milan might have an injury crisis and I might not feel like they're going to keep a clean sheet. And Akanji could be injured or not be playing and I might not actually want to buy him. So it's pointless making the transfer right now because we've got 2 weeks until that deadline. And right now I do plan to roll the second transfer, but that could change before deadline. Because for all I know, somebody in my starting 11 might not be starting all the time or might be injured, and I might actually want to bring him out on my side. So I'll make a video closer to match day 2 deadline and show you what I'm planning to do then. But these are the penciled in plans. So if I do make that plan transfer of selling Gwenda for Akanji, this is how my side would look. So I'd still have 3 million in the bank and 1 transfer left. And then I'd have 11 players playing on the Tuesday and 4 players on my bench that are playing on the Wednesday. And the plan right now is to captain Mbappe on the Tuesday night. As you can see with my team, they've all got green fixtures, which means they've got really easy fixtures on paper. So my side does look really promising for match day 2. The only drawback is if Mbappe doesn't do well on Tuesday night as captain, or I pick a different captain on Tuesday night and he doesn't do well, then the players that I bring on Wednesday aren't very inspiring. Because the captain choices would be either Timber, Calafiori or McTominay. Do I really want to captain an Arsenal defender when I've talked about the rotation risk in the Arsenal defence? And when we're in the Champions League, there's probably better picks on the Wednesday night to be captained instead of McTominay. So the other idea is potentially selling one of my players that are playing on the Tuesday night and bringing somebody that's got a good game on the Wednesday night and actually have him as a captain choice on the Wednesday. But we'll see closer to the deadline if I'm going to make that transfer. There's a lot of football to be played from now till then, so we'll see what happens. So there we have it for this video. I hope you found it informational. If you did, hit the like button. I am close to the milestone of 250 subscribers, so hopefully next time you see me, I've hit that milestone. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. It will help the channel out massively, so I do more content like this. And get in the comment section and let me know how you got in match day 1 and what you think of my match day 2 plans. For those that watched my video and wanted to get some advice and then I've changed my side and you haven't got the players that I picked, I'm sorry about that. So from match day 2, I'm going to try and do a deadline stream so you know exactly what I'm doing. So you know exactly what I'm going to be doing with my transfers and captaincy choices. And I could potentially help you out with some advice of who to captain, who to transfer in, who to sell. So hit the subscribe button so you can see my team selection video closer to the deadline. And then you can watch my deadline stream on the 30th and hopefully we can get to know each other a bit better and hopefully I can help you out with some advice. I do want to make this channel a community where we're all trying to give each other advice. I have got experience in the game, but I don't want to try and tell you that I'm an expert and I've got all the answers. We'll potentially do some back and forths and make a decision between us. And sometimes in fantasy, you could have the best side on paper, but they could actually do really bad. And all the players that aren't expected to do well in that match day could actually do really well. This is football and fantasy for you. It's a bit frustrating at times, so don't get downhearted if you haven't started the season off so well. There's a lot more match days to go, so hopefully you'll turn it around. Last of all, I know there's a lot of managers that are planning to wildcard in match day 2. I don't plan to use the chip in match day 2, but I do plan to make a video about it to try and help anybody that's planning to use the chip in match day 2. So hit subscribe so you can see that video in the next few days. Anyway, I'm waffling on, signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.